Welcome, my brother. Now, there is a big problem happening in Western societies right now. And the first part of that is a lot of young boys are ending up without good fathers in the household. And the consequence of that is a lot of us young guys are growing up with this feeling of not being good enough. Right now, let me just tell you a story about my first kiss ever, right? This is when I was about, I think, 14 or 15. I was working as a DJ. This is my mother's friend who was a DJ, and he was like basically paying me to help him set some stuff up. So I go with him to this house party. This is for like 16-year-olds, and I go there to help him set up his DJ equipment. We get it all set up. It's all fine. The party starts, and basically I have to stay there for the whole party because he's my ride home, right? So I'm there just chilling, just standing there kind of awkwardly in the corner while all these like older kids are just having a party around me. And I'm like super shy, super anxious, not talking to anyone, not even looking at anyone because I just have this feeling of like, why would anyone want to talk to me? Why would anyone want to interact with me? Right. So naturally, as I think most of us guys do at this young age, especially, is I was just kind of hiding away in the corner, kind of on my phone, scrolling, pretending like I was, kind of trying to look cool. Even though what I actually wanted deep down was to kind of, join in, have fun, be around people, right? That's what these are the things that we all want. But it's like when you have this fear of not being good enough, not being able to fit in, you kind of pull yourself away and you find these excuses like, oh no, I don't even want to talk to these people. I just want to be here on my phone. So that's literally what I was doing, just there on my phone. And what ended up happening was this girl actually came over to me like, oh, like, hi, what's your name? Right? Like with this like super happy energy because like she's just having a good time. And it kind of just like takes me by surprise. Like it made me a bit anxious. Like, oh, like, wait, what? So, girls talking to me? Like, what's going on? And yeah, she just starts talking to me a little bit, and she offers me a drink, and I'm just like, yeah, sure. Because again, like, I want to be involved. I want to have a good time, right? I'm like a 14-year-old little virgin at this point, so like I've never really done anything at this point, so it was quite exciting. So she gives me a drink, and yeah, she's just talking to me like, oh yeah, like, and she starts kind of like pulling me into the dance floor, like grabs my hand and kind of pulls me in. And dude, I'm just like, what the hell is going on? Because again, I still have this feeling of kind of anxiety going on, um, that is kind of holding me back, keeping me shy and quiet. But she pulls me in. We start dancing. I'm just like, okay, I don't know what's going on. Just kind of go with her, let her lead, right? I'm letting a woman lead me, right? And I kind of start to loosen up a bit, start kind of having a good time. And then the end of the night comes because I'm just, dancing with her, vibing with her, not really saying much. And then, yeah, she kind of just looks at me, like stares into my eyes. And like, I think, yeah, my masculine ego wants to be like, oh, yeah, I kissed her. But like, not even, dude. She like leant in and kissed me. And that was my first kiss. And dude, if that girl wasn't so assertive and forward and direct, that wouldn't have happened, right? And I would have just stood there in the corner on my own, went home, and probably felt like a bit of a loser for just sitting in the corner on my own the whole time. And that kind of energy is the kind of energy I've carried so often in my relationships with women, with my friendships at school, with even in my business, in my work. And I just see it in so many young guys. And like the thing is, when you have this kind of energy, you often end up just nothing really crazy happens in your life. You just barely kind of survive. You kind of just slip by without really doing much, without really experiencing much, without enjoying yourself or doing anything really meaningful because you have such a low self worth, such a low sense of confidence in the world. You never step out, you never go after what you want, you never chase your desires. And for me, this has been a difficult journey because, like, I'm someone with big desires. I'm someone who wants things, and it's hard because, like, you see people on Instagram living a cool life. You get these desires, but then if you don't have the confidence or the power to go out into the world and make things happen, it kind of just hurts. When you have a desire that's unfulfilled, it just hurts. The Buddha said life is suffering because when you have a desire and it's not met, right? It feels like suffering. Now the Buddha meant something different, but like you see what I'm trying to say here. When you have a desire, like think of anything you're suffering with. Usually there's actually something you want attached to it. That's why you're suffering it, right? Now, in terms of this problem of us young men not having like a strong sense of self-worth, of confidence, being able to actually do things in the world, I want to make one thing very, very clear to you. This is not your fault as a young man, right? Because basically, the way it works, as a child, you're just a sponge. As a child, you just have this raw energy system. You're just raw energy. And as you live, as you observe your parents, the people around you, how things are happening, you kind of start to learn these lessons. You start to copy people who look like you, right? Other men, if you're a young boy, especially your father. So what you're going to do as a young boy is you're going to look at your father and start to copy him. Now, if he never teaches you or demonstrates these things for you, you're never going to learn them, right? If your father's quiet, shy, reserved, that's how you will naturally behave because it's all that you've learned, right? And if he treats you in a certain way, if he's cold towards you, if he never really speaks to you, if he's never really at home, then your sense of self, all you see is like, oh, dad doesn't want to spend time with me. Oh, dad doesn't want to be around me. Why is that? And because you have a child brain, this is what children's brains do, like psychologically, it's unsafe to blame your parent. So what you do is you blame yourself. Just think of it like in the caveman times. If you're like, oh, screw you, dad, you never love me. Like, your parents will just abandon you. That's what your child brain thinks. So it's like, okay, I need to please the parents because they help me survive, right? So what you do is you blame yourself for every single thing that starts to happen. Oh, dad just walked out. Like my father used to do this. My mom tells me like I've kind of suppressed the memory a little bit, but like he used to leave for 3-4 weeks at a time. Just leave the house when I was like 5 years old. So 5-year-old me is like asking mum like, "Where's dad? Like, where is he?" Like, so was my brother. Like, where did daddy go? And naturally, I'm not. And when he comes back, he's not in a great mood. He's all stressed and angry and stroppy because he's going through his own trauma, right? So naturally, what am I going to do as a kid? I'm going to be like, oh, dad's a really bad person. No, of course not. I'm like, oh, dad must not love me. Oh, I must be just a dad must be unhappy with me. These are the kind of thoughts that are going to go through your head as a child because you want to please your parent for them to give you the love, right? Anyway, I don't want to bang on too much about that, but like the point is, it was never shown to you that you are simply just a piece of life. You are simply just a human being. There is nothing wrong with you, right? And I want to make this very clear because it's not your fault, right? There's this if you've watched The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, there's this scene where basically the main character Will, his dad who abandoned him as a kid, he comes back and he said they're going to go on a road trip together, and then the next day he basically cancels and like ditches his son again, and Will has a breakdown. His uncle comforts him, and his uncle starts to say to him, "It's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's not your fault." And Will's like, "Yeah, I know." And he keeps saying it, "It's not your fault." And then Will just has a massive breakdown. First time I watched that, I cried my eyes out just because it feels like it is your fault, man. It always felt like, because my father's Turkish, it felt like I wasn't Turkish enough for him. It felt like I wasn't Muslim enough for him. It felt like I didn't even know what. It's like I'm missing something. Like I must be. Why else would he leave? Why else would he go? And if something similar happened to you, I just want you to know it is not your fault, man. It's not your fault. The reason these things happen is because of your father's own weakness and pain. And when I say weakness, I don't mean it in an insulting way. I simply mean he was too weak to handle the situation with you. So actually, he wasn't good enough for you. And that's why I want to make that very clear to your brain. He was not strong enough to be there for you. That's why he left, or that's why he abused you, or that's why he was cruel to you, because he was too weak to handle your emotions, the situation, whatever it is that you needed at that time. And that's why he left, he did those horrible actions that made you feel not good enough, right? Because what you'll notice if you look around in the world, we always make other people feel how we feel, right? If you're happy, you make other people feel happy. You give compliments, you're kind to people, they feel happy being around you. If you're sad, you make other people feel sad. They feel, that you just feel depressed when you're around depressed people. They say, oh, the weather's so bad, oh, this food isn't nice. They just start to bring you down. So if you feel not good enough, it's because someone made you feel not good enough because they didn't feel not good enough, right? Again, this isn't a blame game. I just want you to understand why you feel like this. I want you to understand where this has come from, okay? So, in terms of now, okay, what do we do about this? How can we start living right? How can we start feeling just calm, confident, free and open in life, in situations? How can you talk to girls without your heart freaking pounding like, oh, is she going to reject me? Oh, is she going to reject me? How can you start making friends without thinking, oh, he's going to call me gay at some point? Oh, he's going to reject, he's going to call me weak, he's going to call me a pussy like if I don't act super masculine and strong. How can we avoid all of these situations, right? And really, the answer is you need a fundamental belief shift. We've started this shift already by me explaining to you it was not your fault, right? It's not your fault that this negative external situation happened. So that's the first part, like the falseness of your initial belief. We need to start to let go of that, okay? So I think we've covered that enough. Now, what we need to replace this with is the truth. We don't need to create some fancy belief here. We just need to put the plain, simple truth, right? Because the truth cannot be shaken. The truth will not be shaken from your mind. So once you accept the truth, you will feel empowered. You will have the strength to do whatever it is that you need because that strength will come naturally. When you're aligned with the truth, things will flow. It will feel easy. You will feel powerful. You will feel, and I don't mean like some kind of military leader type of power. I just mean the basic power it is to do what it is that you are on this earth to do. Whatever it is that you desire, you feel the confidence and strength to go forward and go after it, right? If you want to start a business, you can go and start a business because you feel powerful enough to do that. If you want to start a family, you will go and start a family because you feel the internal confidence and strength to go and do that, right? So, what is the truth? What is this truth, right? It's very simple, man. You are not good. You are not bad. I have a quote on my Instagram bio: never look up to anyone and never look down upon anyone. Because you'll find if you start to do that, if you start to look at life in this way without, oh, this is really good, I need to be like this, oh, this is really terrible, I need to avoid this, like, you will start to drop all of these things. So, how do we relate this back to us? You think you are not good enough, you think you are unworthy, you think you are missing something, right? Good enough for what? What are you missing? Right? Do you see the shift? There is nothing to miss. There is nothing to be good enough for. You just are you, right? Do you understand? Because the problem is with this I am not good enough mindset is it turns into the opposite for most guys. Like either you'll stay small or you'll want to feel big and switch the dynamic. And that's where you start getting these Andrew Tate, alpha male, I'm so amazing, I have 10 Bugattis kind of people. Because really, if you feel small, you will naturally want to get away from that feeling. And the natural way to try and do that, unconsciously, I mean, is by trying to feel big, by trying to feel powerful. Look at all my muscles. Look at all my money. Look at all my women. I'm so great. It's not, I'm not good enough anymore. It's, I'm freaking amazing. Look at me, right? And this is a trap you really, really want to avoid because that is really the worst thing because it's addictive, right? I did this myself. I've chased muscles. I've chased looking good. I've chased having a nice appearance for the past 10 years. And has it helped with not feeling good enough? No, not at all. Yeah, it gave me some fake arrogance, not true confidence. It gave me fake arrogance. Oh yeah, I'm so handsome. But what still happened? What still happened was when I would actually get, let's say with a woman, right? I have these muscles, I look attractive, and a girl might come up to me. As soon as I've attracted her, again, boom, I just feel unconfident again. I feel like nervous and anxious and what if I'm not good enough? What if I can't? have sex with her, great, and really impress her? What if I can't provide for her? What if I can't be a great man? All of these things will just start, and then it's just going to be one thing after another. So this chase of becoming some, oh, I'm so rich, I'm this and that, I can do whatever I want, like it's not going to fulfill you. It's not going to heal the wound. You're not actually going to feel any better. Does this make sense? Like, you might get a sense of dopamine from it, but you're not actually ever going to feel happy, joyful, calm, fulfilled. You're not going to have a sense of ease about anything that you're doing. You might have seen it in your life. I can't think of an example right now, but a calm, confident man just walks over to a woman. He speaks to her. If she doesn't vibe with him, he just lets her go. He walks away. He doesn't care. But if he meets a woman he likes that he clicks with, he just has this calm confidence about him of like, I choose you. I want you. Do you want me too? Yes, let's do this thing. This calm, collected confidence where he's good with it and he's good without it, right? This is what true abundance actually means. And with this wound, we cannot be truly abundant. So I'm going to wrap it up here. Like, coming back to the central point of not feeling good enough. Dude, good enough for what? Like, please tell me. The belief, I'll tell you where it comes from. I'm not good enough for dad to stay. I'm not good enough for dad to love me. I'm not good enough for dad to be good to me. Or maybe it's your mother. I'm not good enough for mum to treat me nicely. To basically meet your fundamental needs as a child. That's the problem. The thing is, as you get older, you don't need a parent to meet your needs. The older you get, the more independent you come and the more you can heal yourself. So if your parental needs, they'll slowly taper off as you go from the age of 13 to 25, to be honest, as I understand from my research. But like, along that journey, you can start to take control back. You can take responsibility back for your own needs, right? And you can start to learn to be a developed adult in the world. So again, good enough for what? Good enough for nothing, dude. You're living your life and you are a human being. That's all you need, right? Everything else is a choice. So just remember that everything else is a choice, right? If you want a good partner, that's a choice that you're going to make, and you can have it if you want it. It just depends. It doesn't mean it's going to come easily or magically for you. It just means that you now have the power to go after it if you so please, right? So I'm going to leave you with that. But yeah, man, there's nothing wrong with you.